When we were doing money chapter, I told you, for example, you are taking money from bank. So over there, you will not say like this that I took money from bank. You will say I took loan, right? For example, you are putting your money over there. So you will say I deposited. You will not say I put it my money over, I kept my money, right? So there are some terms which you use. So similarly, there are some terms basically during the central bank and commercial bank relation. So for example, bank of issue, government bank, bankers bank, these like this, and also CRR, SLR, repo rate, reverse repo rate, open market operation, marginal requirement. So these are the terms. So one by one, we will understand that what is this CRR, what is this SLR, what is this repo rate, why central bank is bank of issue, why central bank is government bank. Over here, you are getting this government bank. So government, as a people know there are two banks, commercial bank and central bank. So common people means commercial bank, and the high-fi people like the government and all that, they will be visiting to the central bank. So what you will do, you will give it a heading banking chapter, and this is your syllabus. So quickly you will write down the syllabus so that you will have an idea whenever we are studying. We will keep this thing in mind that, okay, this is how we are completing. Okay, so quickly write down the syllabus and then we will start with the chapter. Okay, clear? Clear or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So now quickly write it down. Once you are done, let me.
I'm done. I'm done.
Everyone done, right? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now, before starting, I hope you people can see my screen. Like this is basically a not like this is from my personal, so that's why it's a photo. So I hope you people can see, right? So now,
Yes,
first
ma'am.
thing is that you will not write it. First, I will explain it, and then I'll give you 5 minutes to write it. Okay, everyone knows this. So again, okay. So now coming to central bank and the commercial bank. See, whatever you are learning, you have to learn it like a story. It's not going to be that you are going to mug up the things, right? Because you have to remember everything for the next year, right? Because you'll be writing your boards over next year, and over there you will not get everything that you can remember, because we also know the memory process is not that much vast that you, whatever I'm teaching you, you will remember it. So you have to learn it like a story so that you can recall the things in your exam hall. Okay. So let's just start. First of all, central bank and the commercial bank. First of all, you should know what is the meaning of central bank and the commercial bank. So central bank is an apex. Apex means it nobody is higher than this, right? So a central bank is the apex body that controls. Now looking the function. What central bank is doing? Controlling, operating, regulating, and directing. So these are the 4 points. What? Controlling, operating, regulating, and directing. What? The entire banking sector. Of course, like a principal. Principal is the head of the school, right? What he is doing, he is also controlling, he is also operating, he is also regulating, and he is also directing, right? So this is what central bank do. And like where? In a school? No, in a banking system plus the monetary structure of the country. So this is basically the central bank. So if I'll ask you what is the central bank, you will say central bank is an apex body. Okay, it's an apex body. We got to know that, okay, what he is doing. Central bank is basically the control, operates, regulates, and direct the entire banking and the monetary structure of the country. Now, commercial bank. Commercial bank is the institution which performs the function of accepting. Now, commercial bank is basically an institution. It's not a head. It's basically an institution. Okay. Now, what he is doing, he's performing, like he's accepting, he deposits, he's granting loan and making the investment. So, if you want to deposit your money, he is accepting. If you want to take loan, he is even giving you the loan. And plus, if you want to do investment and all that, that also he is ready for, right? Now, whatever commercial bank do, the main objective of the commercial bank is to earn the profit. Clear? I hope the both central bank and the commercial bank are clear. Yes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Rian, do you also?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, status. Coming to status, central bank, it is the apex institution in the money market, right? And over here, it is basically a unit, right? Merely a unit in the banking sector. So it's not a head. It is basically a unit, right? Of a country and operate under the control of central bank. So commercial bank, it's a unit and it is operating under the central bank. Okay, so he is the head and he is a unit and he is operating under the central bank. Now, ownership, it is generally owned and governed by the government. It can be owned and governed by the government as well as the private sector. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now it operates in public interest without profit motive and its aim to maximize the profit. Okay, so it's operate in public interest without the profit motive, and here the main motive is to earn the profit. Now, over here, coming to the issue of this, it has a sole monopoly in currency. So monopoly means I am the only one, right? That will be doing the things. Like I am the only one that will be doing everything. Nobody else has the same power like me. So it has the sole, alone authority to issue the currency. But commercial bank, they don't have any such power to issue the currency. Now over here, it does not deal with the public directly, right? Because it's a central bank, so very specialized and all that. So they are not dealing directly with the public. But here, it deals directly with the public because it's a commercial bank. So common people dealing with the public, right? Next, there is wait a minute. Let me just zoom in now. There is only one central bank in the country due to the peculiar nature of its activities. So over here in the entire country, no matter it's India, USA, America, whatever it is, everyone will have only one central bank. In India, it is RBI, Reserve Bank of India. Here, there are numbers of central bank, commercial bank in the country. For example, State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank in India. These are the example of India. Over here in other countries, they can be other banks. Clear? The difference you got?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone? No?
Yes, ma'am.
Rian? Okay. So now you will quickly write down what heading you will put. You will put the difference between the central bank and the commercial bank. Then no need to write this. Just write the difference. Okay. Once you are done till here, let me know. I'll scroll.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, students, all of you done?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So now basically we are done with this. Now what we are going to do? We are going to do the functions. Okay. So one by one we will do the functions. These functions are very, very important. Okay. Because sometimes how you get. Okay. So basically functions of central bank, what you have to do over here, like function, see, what you get, either you will be getting a direct question that what are the functions of central bank, or what you have to do, they will give you this. How central bank is also known as currency regulator or bank of issue. So over here you have to write the entire explanation. See, if you get the question, write the functions of central bank. Whatever points I will be teaching you, you will summarize it and you will write it like that. But in case if you are giving you one question for 3 markers, then you should know the things. Clear? So that's why the explanation will be lengthy, but you have to write it and you have to learn it. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay. So now first is currency regulator or the bank of issue. Okay. So central bank poses the exclusive right. Right? So central bank has the exclusive right. What exclusive right they have? That nobody can issue any currency, but it is only central bank. They have the exclusive right to manufacture notes. I have only written notes. I have not written currency, the coins, because they are not done by the central bank. They are done by the ministry, right? So they have only the exclusive right to manufacture the notes in an economy. And over here, all the central banks. See, every country they have the central bank. So all the central bank across the world are involved in issuing notes to the economy. Right? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now this is one of the most important function. Central bank, automatically you should know that central bank has the authority to issue. So central bank will be issuing the money. So his main function is to issue the currency, because if there will be no currency, how the economy will be running, right? So this is one of the most important function of the central bank in an economy. And due to this, the central bank is also known as bank of issue. So why it is known as bank of issue? Because central bank is issuing the currency. That's why bank of issue. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, quickly write down.
Yes,
Put the heading functions of central bank and then write first function, currency regulator or the bank of issue. Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am. Ma'am, done.
Okay. Now coming to the next one, which is bank to government. This point is very, very important because girls, you were so much confused, right? So, see, bank to government. See, when common people wants to do something, then at that time, what you will do? Common people means you will go to commercial bank, you will deposit it, you will take loan, you will do investment and all that. But coming to government, government is not a common people, right? They are running the entire country. So over here, if they want to deposit or they want to take loan, where they will go? They will go to central bank. So one of the important function of the central bank is to act as the bank to the government, right? So central bank is basically bank to the government. And who is the bank to the common people? Commercial bank. Okay, so the central bank accepts deposit and issues funds to the government. It also involved in making and receiving payment for the government, right? So central bank is accepting the deposit plus it is issuing funds. Funds means it is providing loans to the government, right? And over here, it is also involved in making and receiving payment for the government. Central bank also offers short-term loans to the government in order to recover from the bad phases of the economy. When someone take loan, that means he is going through a bad phase, right? So government, for example, there is a crisis going on. So government also need loan, right? So at that time, they will go to central bank and they will provide them the thing. In addition to being a bank to the government, this is very important. See, for example, you are planning to invest somewhere. So at that time, you will go to a bank and they will guide you entirely. If you will invest, this will be the return and everything. But for example, government want to do the same, where it will go. So in addition to being the bank to the government, it acts as the advisor and the agent of government by providing advice to the government in area of economic policy, capital market, money market, and loans from the government. Clear? So it is working as an advisor and agent of the government. And over here, it is advising the government where in economy policy, for example, government want to make some economic policy. He will guide. He want to invest somewhere in the capital market. He will guide. Money market, if government want to take loan, they will also guide. Okay, if you take this loan, you have to pay this much interest. If you will take this loan, like this. So central bank is also working as an advisor and an agent to the government. Clear? Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So quickly write it down. Second function is bank to the government.
Ma'am, can you explain?